I would like to call to order the council meeting for Tuesday, May 7th of 2019. If we could all please stand for a moment of silence in the Pledge of Allegiance. Madam Secretary, may I please have roll call? Here. Would a member of council like to make a motion to approve the council meeting minutes from April 16th of 2019? All in favor? Any opposition? Seeing none, the meeting minutes are approved and passed. Earlier this evening, we had executive session pertaining to real estate and litigation matters. We will now begin with the presentations, and our first order of business is the Citizen Police Academy. That would be Mr. Talbot.
Good evening. I'm Lieutenant Michael Bishop, as Chief Mark Talbot here with me. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Tonight we're going to honor the 2019 Citizens Police Academy graduates. Thank family and friends for showing up. Members of council and municipal administration, thank you also. So I know it's hot in here, so what we'll do is we'll just get it started right away. Once I call your name, please come up here and we'll give you your certificate. And maybe get a photo op real quick, and then get everybody together at the end to get a big photo op of the group. And these are in order. Okay, first we have Dulce Lopez. Congratulations. Next, we have Christine Fleming. Congratulations. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Okay, all right, next we have Fred Long. Fred, congratulations. Yeah, Lillian Shields. Congratulations, Lillian. Augustin Obregon. Kristen Corey. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bernice Trotter. Congratulations, Bernice.
Thank you.
Don't sit down yet, Ross. Ross Trotter. Good job. Sharon Dula Hennick. Oh, good job. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you.
Andrew Storty. Sarah Doyle. Bear with me on this, I got it right the first time. Omatunde Christopher Ogonko Irene. Lisa Long. Jeffrey Long. Just briefly, there are three other people that couldn't make it tonight. I want to mention them. Charity Richardson, Bernita Richardson, and Ramina Dean couldn't be here tonight. I'll make sure they get their certificates out. Just briefly, these folks spent 11 weeks with members of the police department, starting with me and ending with me. Various members of the department, including the chief, throughout the 11 weeks, taught them everything that we do here, as from meeting people at our window through records, and our one records clerk, Jamaica here, who helped out with our presentation, through how people get processed once they're arrested, or how a towed vehicle gets out, or what a detective does once a report is filed, all the way up until riding along with a police officer for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours during a regular shift to see what actually police will do on a normal work night. I think that's what I've gotten the feedback from. Everybody loved that part of the program. So it was a lot of learning. We had a lot of great presentation from the police department, from members of the police department. Everybody who knew what they were doing and are the professionals in the parts that they were presenting were there to show everybody exactly what each part of the department does on a daily basis. So again, congratulations to everybody. Thank you again for attending, and pass on the word, and hopefully we'll increase it. Just one quick note that I saw. This is our 4th Citizens Police Academy that we've held since 2016. We are now at the 70 graduates with your class. So I think that...
Just congratulations again. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.
I would just like to say to the graduating class that I'm glad you took time out of your busy schedules. I'm sure that some of you have a full-time job, but yet and still, you do care about your community, and you come out and you give time back, and I'm sure that this will not be the last time that we see you. However, we do have vacancies in other committees, so if you're looking to do further work with the municipality, please visit our website or download the app to see any vacancies of the committees. And again, thank you all for your time, and I want to thank the police department as well for doing a great job. Next order of business we have is the Building Safety Month. Mr. Jones, if you could please go over that. At this time, we will be issuing a proclamation.
Certainly. Actually, I want to call on Mr. Singh to share with this, but we certainly think it's a great time to recognize the importance of building safety and the work that our folks in codes compliance do. And so we wanted to bring this to council, and I think Mr. Singh also has a request to make of council as well. Amrinder?
Thank you, Mr. Jones. So before council or Mr. Jones read the proclamation, I just wanted to quickly go over what Building Safety Month is. Building Safety Month is an international campaign that takes place in May to raise awareness about building safety. This campaign reinforces the need for the adoption of modern, regularly updated building codes and helps individuals, families, and businesses understand what it takes to create safe and sustainable communities. The International Code Council and its 64,000 members and a diverse partnership of professionals from the building, construction, design, and safety communities come together with corporations, government agencies, professional associations, and nonprofits to promote building safety through proclamations, informational events, legislative briefings, and more. We come together to support Building Safety Month because we understand the need for safe and sustainable structures where we live, work, and play. All communities need building codes to protect their citizens. Building codes are society's best way of protecting homes, offices, schools, manufacturing facilities, stores, and entertainment venues. Code officials work day in and day out to keep the public safe. For the last 39 years, we have celebrated advances in constructing safe, sustainable, affordable, and resilient buildings and homes. This ongoing support of Building Safety Month and the important role code officials play in public safety in the built environment has come from U.S. presidents, governors, mayors, county executives, and other local government officials and construction industry professionals. So that's the background on Building Safety Month. We are planning on holding an event, and I will be discussing that with Mr. Jones related to Building Safety Month. And I just wanted to share that background information before the proclamation was read. And we have some of our team members, our code officials that are going every day to properties to make sure that they are code compliant with state and local ordinances and codes. And we wanted to take this opportunity to take a picture with all of this council here so we can send our support to the building community across the nation that Norristown and its council and administration supports building codes. And we will forward this information over to the ICC, and who will share it with the other communities that also celebrate Building Safety Month.
One font. So the proclamation is the municipality of Norristown is committed to recognizing that our growth and strength depends on the safety and economic value of the homes, buildings, and infrastructure in our communities. And whereas our confidence in the structural integrity of these buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion of vigilant guardians, building and housing code officials from the Norristown Department of Building and Code Enforcement, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safe construction of buildings. And whereas those guardians are dedicated members of the International Code Council, a U.S.-based organization that brings together local, state, and federal officials that are experts in the built environment to create and implement the highest quality codes to protect us in the buildings where we live, learn, work, play, and whereas our nation benefits economically and technologically from using the international codes that are developed by a national voluntary consensus codes and standards developing organization. Our government is able to avoid the high cost and complexity of developing and maintaining these codes, which are the most widely adopted building safety and fire prevention codes in the world. whereas the modern building codes, these modern building codes include safeguards to protect the public from natural disasters such as hurricanes, snowstorms, tornadoes, wildland fires, floods, and earthquake, which according to FEMA commissioned study by the National Institute of Building Sciences provides $11 in future mitigation benefits for every dollar invested. And whereas Building Safety Month is sponsored by the International Code Council to remind the public about the critical role of our community's largely unknown protectors of public safety, our local code officials, who assure us of safe, efficient, and livable buildings that are essential to American prosperity. And whereas no code, no confidence, the theme for the Building Safety Month of 2019 encourages all Americans to raise awareness of the importance of safe and resilient construction, fire prevention, disaster mitigation, and new technologies in the construction industry. Building Safety Month 2019 encourages appropriate steps everyone can take to ensure the safety of our built environment, and recognizes that the implementation of safety codes by local and state agencies has saved lives and protected homes and businesses. And whereas each year, in observance of Building Safety Month, Americans are asked to consider the commitment to improve building safety and economic investment at home and in the community, and to acknowledge the essential service provided to us by local and state building and code enforcement departments, fire prevention bureaus, and federal agencies in protecting lives and property. Now, therefore, the Municipal Council of Norristown, Pennsylvania does hereby proclaim May 2019 as Building Safety Month in Norristown, and calls upon citizens of Norristown to join us in recognizing the importance of building safety and encourage our citizens to participate in Building Safety Month activities. Proclaimed this 7th day of May 2019 and signed by Sonia D. Sanders, President, Norristown Municipal Council.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. The next order of business we have is the National Kids to Park Day Proclamation. And actually, this one is a little bit dear to my heart, and it's actually been long overdue for the constituents of Norristown. So at this time, I would like to call Ms. Gennardi up and just discuss and explain to everyone, how this came about and how we plan to move forward in terms of the parks in Norristown.
Sure. So we have registered as in the National Parks Day. Now, this day is being recognized by many municipalities and townships across the nation, and they're having their National Day is technically May 18th, but Ms. Sonia and myself met and came together, and we want to celebrate this for Norristown once that our parks, our Ackies Park and our Sky Common, get updated, which should be ready to go by mid-July. And we're going to have a whole community day based around a ribbon cutting and showing the pride that we have and the investment that we're making into our community. So get ready, it's coming. And I'm very excited that we're going to have our own Norristown Parks Day, but we were able to participate with the rest of the nation.
Thank you, Ms. Gennardi. And at this time, I will read the proclamation for Kids to Parks Day. Whereas May 18th of 2019 is the Kids to Parks Day, organized and launched by the National Park Trust, held annually on the third Saturday of May. And whereas Kids to Parks Day empowers kids and encourages families to get outdoors and visit America's parks. And whereas it is important to introduce a new generation to our nation's parks. And whereas we should encourage children to lead a more active lifestyle to combat the issues of childhood obesity, diabetes, hypertension. And whereas Kids to Parks Day is open to all children and adults across the country to encourage a large and diverse group of participation. And whereas Kids to Park Day will broaden children's appreciation for nature and outdoors. Now, therefore, the Municipal Council of Norristown joins the community as it proclaims May 18th of 2019 as Kids to Parks Day in the Municipality of Norristown and urge residents to make time to take the local youth to a neighborhood, state, or national park. Proclaimed this 7th day of May of 2019. So you ready to take pictures?
If you want to.
Yes. So at this time, we will take pictures for the proclamation.
All of council, the code wants you, all of council to come.
Yes, we have to that.
All right, appreciate it. Are you guys doing pictures?
Thank you, Mr. Norton.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, we'll have the next order of business is the Norristown Sustainability Audit and Sustainable Pennsylvania Certification.
Last presentation. Good evening, everyone. My name is Brandon Ford. In addition to my position as assistant to the administrator here in Norristown, I have the pleasure of serving as director of Keep Norristown Beautiful. A little bit about our organization, or program, I should say, is that our mission is to inspire and empower people to make a difference. And hopefully what we share with you tonight is just another tool that we give the community to do just that. We are the local affiliate of the national nonprofit, Keep America Beautiful, and as of now, we are the first and only affiliate in Montgomery County. Last year was our first year, and within the first year, we've already generated about $1.79 in benefits for every dollar invested in the program. So within the first year, we've almost doubled our investment, and this year we are looking to exceed that, if not double it. So what is sustainability? Before we get a little deeper into what we have presented for you tonight and what each council has before them in physical form, is basically a summary of how sustainable is Norristown. One misconception I want to clear up is that sustainability is more than just environmental issues. It does cover environmental issues, but it does also talk about social equity and economic vitality. So it's not just about trees and plantings. It ultimately aims to balance the needs of today with the demands of the future. So it's not only about present conditions, but also what we need to do about in the future. And part of that was last year, Council has authorized us to pursue an application with the program called Sustainable Pennsylvania. And more about that, I'm actually going to hand it off to Ms. Autumn McClure, who is our intern, who has been a tremendous asset and fantastic help through this whole process.
Okay, as Brandon mentioned, one of the things I've been working on here during my internship is the Sustainable Pennsylvania Community Certificate. The certificate is a project of the Pennsylvania Municipal League and Sustainable Pittsburgh. It's a voluntary performance program to help municipalities save money, conserve resources, and encourage innovation. Receiving this certificate has several benefits. It creates a summary of where we stand with sustainability in order to improve the community. It creates a network for municipalities to bounce ideas off of one another, and it's something for us to add to grant applications, and of course, it recognizes us for our success. Okay, so the certificate is broken into 8 categories. Over the past few months, Norristown's programs and policies were assessed for each category of the audit. As you can see, these are our results in each category. We received the highest performance scores in education, environmental stewardship, and our housing category. But most of our points came from the governance and community engagement category and the land use and transportation category. The education category was so successful because of public outreach and community engagement from Keep Norristown Beautiful. The housing category scored well because of zoning ordinances and laws against discriminatory housing practices. High scores were achieved in the environmental stewardship category because of Keep Norristown Beautiful's conservation and restoration efforts, as well as efforts to clean up the community. Our greatest opportunity for growth is in the energy use, conservation, and green building category. We discovered that this was a common trend in most communities in the area. Within this category, there are 4 subtopics that help set up a guideline of actions that can be taken to better our community's energy use. For example, an energy audit could be completed for all municipal buildings and operations. The municipal audit includes findings, recommendations, and establishes a baseline of energy use. In 2011, Lower Merion Township used funding from the Department of Energy to create an energy audit for their township. In our future comprehensive plans, we can ensure there is an energy conservation element. Communities around us, such as Doylestown, Montgomery, Philadelphia, and West Norton, have all included energy conservation in their comprehensive plans. We can also raise public awareness of energy conservation efforts, or conservation methods, and we've already taken steps to do so by adding information to the Keep Norristown Beautiful page on our municipal website. Another option that can be explored is incorporating renewable energy design into the municipal hall renovation project. Adding energy-efficient appliances, geothermal heating and cooling systems, skylights, motion sensor lights, or solar panels into the municipal hall renovation project would incorporate renewable energy design and would allow for a decrease in energy use. It would also serve as an example for our communities and visitors who come to City Hall. And lastly, we have already taken action since submitting this certificate by making a commitment to promote renewable energy. This past April, Council demonstrated this commitment by passing the Ready for 100 resolution to transition Norristown to 100% renewable energy.
Thank you, Autumn. I just want to thank Autumn again for all the tremendous work that she has done. Her internship ends at the end of the month, and the work that she's put out, including this report that she has been a significant help with me for, has just gone a long way in improving the community. So with that being said, we did hear back from PA Sustainable Certifications, and we are happy to say that Norristown has actually been awarded the silver certification by the PA Sustainable Communities. So what that means is that we are now considered on par in what we are doing in terms of promoting sustainability in town with neighboring communities such as Radnor Township, West Norton, Westchester, and Upper Dublin. We were a few points shy of gold, but there's always next year, right? So with that, I just so happen to have printed one up, so I would like to invite all of council to come down for yet another picture. Yeah, at least there we go.
That was safe.
On the hottest day, we're making you guys go walk taking photos.
One last word. I just want to let council know and the whole community that our effort towards a more sustainable Norristown does not stop with this report. This is just a start, and it's the groundwork, the foundation, so to speak, for continued work. There are some items in there that we did not get, and my goal is to get them next time. We were a couple points shy of gold, and even beyond gold, there's a platinum level. I think there's only 2 communities that have platinum, and hopefully, we will be the third. This will be used continuously and regularly by Keep Norristown Beautiful and our partners to keep promoting a more sustainable Norristown. Does anyone have any questions, or Councilwoman Brady?
Councilwoman Brady?
Yes, as Ms. McClure shared, we didn't score extremely well in the energy conservation aspect. So that's one of the things that we're aiming for. I've already had some preliminary discussions with our codes department about some things that we could look to implement in our building regulations. So between that and some of the things that we can do right here at Municipal Hall with the renovations coming up, there's a lot of points that we can gain.
Thank you. And does some of those recommendations also include looking at our codes to see if when
Absolutely.
Council, any other questions?
All right, thank you.
Thank you and Autumn for doing a fantastic job on the research. And like you said, we'll be aiming for the goal.
All right, well, thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. Vice President Lewis, do we have any announcements this evening?
Yes, ma'am, we do. Norristown Recreation Summer Basketball League, registration is now open. You can sign up online at norristown.org. The starting date is Tuesday, June 25th, 2019, through Thursday, August 8th. The age groups range 5 to 8-year-olds, 9 to 12, 13 to 16. At Simmons Park basketball courts, the fee is $35 for residents, $70 for non-residents. Summer camp registration is now open as well. Payment plans and discounts are available for siblings. You can register online again at norristown.org. Dates for the camp are start Monday, June 24th through Friday, August the 2nd. The times are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. 2 locations and the new rec center are available. Again, payment plans and sibling discounts are available, and there are 2 new field trips that are coming, the Montgomery County Library, in partnership with the Montgomery County Library, and daily themed activities, games, and crafts. So again, you can register at norristown.org or email recreation@norristown.org for more questions or any questions. Battle of the Badges blood drive will be held on June 11th at the Human Resource Building. Appointments can be made from 8:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., or you can register or make your appointments at redcrossblood.org for more information. I think my understanding, Chief, is it the police department, fire, and the sheriff's department are battling? I've seen a couple things, so I'm not exactly sure who all is involved, and maybe you can highlight us on who won last year.
I'll turn mine on.
We did win last year. We plan on winning again this year. It's police department, fire department, and the sheriff's department.
Thank you. Happy Small Business Week, happy National Nurses Week, and Teacher Appreciation Day, I believe is today, and those activities happen this week. Sundays in the park are beginning June 9th through August the 25th. All shows begin at 7 p.m., and there's an awesome lineup. I'm looking forward to that. And then on Monday, June 10th, the chaplain swearing-in ceremony will be held at Mount Zion AME Church, 1312 Willow Street. The swearing-in ceremony will include chaplains Obed Almeida, Richard Buck Jones, Robert E.C. Jones Jr., Lance Lawson, Avis McGee, Doris Smith Stark, and Yvonne Platts, with our Chief Commanding Officer, Mark Talbot, presiding. And I think that does it for me. Does council have any other announcements? Councilwoman Brady.
Thank you. Again, I'd like to announce that thanks to PetSmart Charities and Forgotten Cats Incorporated, there is a free spay and neuter for outdoor feral cats in Norristown, Pennsylvania. This package includes humane trapping and transportation, spay and neutering, rabies, and FRVCP vaccines, parasite treatment, and ear tips to identify the feral cats that have been treated through this. As you may be aware, we do have a rather large feral cat population in Norristown, and this is one of the very humane ways to treat those populations so that the colonies will gradually go away. So if anybody is interested, they can call Forgotten Cats at 215-219-8148 or go to their website at forgottencats.org. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Oh, Councilwoman Scott Cooper.
There we go.
On Sunday, May 19th, Help a Single Parent will be holding their first fundraiser, Fish Fry and Family Day, and it's to benefit the children for the Going Back to School drive that will be held in August, as well as their Christmas program that they have every year for the children. And that's on Sunday, May 19th. I do have tickets. They are $10. And children will have fun and games and hula hoop and old school jacks and the whole 9 yards. So come out. It's going to be a family day. It's going to be held at the East Norriton Park. Also, let's put on your calendars for September 21st, the Norristown NAACP will be holding its first 5K run, and there will be more details to follow. That will begin at Elmwood Park Zoo and end there as well, and there will be a full day of activities for that event as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Mr. Councilman Jones, you usually have stuff for us. I mean, your slate is blank this evening. All right. Well, I thought I just might have to jog your memory, but okay. All right. That concludes the announcements.
I just want to acknowledge Reverend Helen M.C. Jones, who's very instrumental and active in the community. She's here with us this evening. So we thank you for being here tonight. In addition, as we go through the agenda, we will be opening the agenda for the Mac Quigg Esquire topic. So we'll do that later, but I just wanted to make that announcement at this time. So thank you, Vice President Lewis. Madam Secretary, do we have any public comments this evening?
Yes, we do. Robin Rochelle.
Hi, my name is Robin Rochelle. I live at 1034 West Airy. I am a lifelong resident of Norristown. Back in November 2016, there was a fire. I live in a set of 8 row homes. I was the 5th one. This was a major fire caused by a tenant leaving a motorcycle running next to a building. Well, X amount of dollars later, I get my house back. I'm back in my house. 1036 is taking his time fixing his house. Finally fixed it up. He just put a tenant in. The tenant is a nuisance tenant from the 1100 block who's now next to me. They have dirt bikes, ATVs, rotten kids, nasty, cursing like crazy, riding these dirt bikes up and down the alley, causing all kinds of problems. I was friends with the homeowner, and during the rebuilding process, talked to this man who seemed to care. So when the tenant moved in and parked his bikes against the building, I freaked out. I mean, I just spent a lot of money fixing and still fixing my house. And they're going to put bikes there. So I wrote to the owner. He told me he would have the bikes moved. They were putting a new roof on the garage, and he would have them put in there. Well, not only did they not move them, the tenant next door, not the owner, the tenant, jumped in my face and told me she is not moving them. They do not have gas tanks, and it's none of my damn business. Yes, it is. I have letters here. I sent one to Olivia Brady. She is not my council person. I think it's, I forget. Huh? Okay, but I have copies here. I need help. These tenants are nuisance. They are causing all kinds of problems. They know I'm complaining. They know I'm trying to get those bikes moved. I will do whatever I need to protect my property. I just got an estimate to put siding up. It's $25,000. Well, I'm not going to have to put up with this. I work from home. 3:30, that's it. Here comes all the hoodlums from town, out of town. I've already spoke with Lieutenant Bishop. So he is aware of the problem. He's aware of these people. But I would like to present these letters to the council. I did send one in the mail to Olivia. I'm not sure if you received it. Did you? Because I need to know. Can I get some help? These kids are threatening. They're nasty. There's a car from one of the kids that comes there. It's a light blue Mustang. He'll sit out front, open the door, and blast music that's bouncing the house. A couple of the neighbors have complained, I need help. I need help. Am I staying in Norristown, or do I have to leave because they get to take over? I don't know what to do at this point, and I'm asking council for help. Now, Lieutenant Bishop told me he's going to have Ken Lawless, who handles the West End, get back to me. But in the meantime, I got to go home and feel threatened. I don't know what to do. Can I present these?
Yes, we'll take those.
Do I give them to you?
Yes, I'll take those and distribute.
I mean, there's only so many. But it's just, if someone can get back to me and let me know, what can I do? I mean, I had to get my daughter to move in with me because her landlord was making her pay rent or the heat for her whole building. And she only was renting the second and third floor. I'm just...
Okay, ma'am, we will assist you after I disseminate these, and sometime tomorrow someone will give you a call to begin a formal process.
Okay, I'm home all day. I work at home. And I'm home at night. You're all welcome to come up. My daughter cooks dinner every day. But I'm just warning you, 3:30, that's when it all breaks loose.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much for listening. At least I feel someone's listening.
Sure. Mr. Talbot?
Yes, ma'am. We'll make sure an officer gets in touch with you tomorrow morning. We'll help you with your problems. We'll be able to work it out with you. So somebody will get a hold of you tomorrow morning. Well, if you need somebody to call you tonight, we can have somebody call you tonight.
I would really like someone to just keep driving by and educate them as much as they educate us.
Okay.
But
There are a couple of things we can do. We'll have somebody come out to make sure you're safe tonight, and then somebody give you a call tomorrow. All right? You're welcome.
Thank you, Chief Talbot. Madam Secretary, do we have any other public comments?
Yes, Lita Gibson.
Hello. Okay, the reason I'm here is I need some help too. It's a different kind of help. It's a ongoing situation. I'm due bullets because I was told I only had 3 minutes. So I'm not sure what year it was, maybe 2011, 2012. Zoning board approved for the building of a loading dock at the supermarket across the street from my house. So the driveway to get up to the loading dock is kind of directly in front of my door. However, the street is not wide enough for the trucks to get into the driveway. So what they've been doing is driving up onto my sidewalk. The sidewalks have been deteriorating through the years. I came here, I think it was last year or maybe the year before, and spoke about it. And then President Saunders did get in touch with someone who called me and asked me if I had any pictures of the trucks on the sidewalk, which I did. I emailed them to him, but I haven't heard anything else about it, and they're getting worse. I literally have 2 potholes on my sidewalk now from the weight of the trucks. I brought pictures again this evening. To just fix the sidewalks won't really solve the problem, because if the trucks continue to drive on them, new sidewalks will just get broken down again. Now what was happening, they were breaking the sewer plates that are on the corner from where I live, and the borough or whatever put those yellow cement poles up so that the trucks could move. They were replacing them like almost every week because the weight of the trucks were breaking the sewer plates that were there. So if somebody could assist me, I see about the beautification projects going on and everything, and it really looks a mess. where the sidewalks were cracked so bad, like grass and weeds grow up through it, we cut those down so that it's not overrun. But what prompted me to come back down here again, the other day, the kids were out there playing, and this one lady was walking down the street, and she kind of moved out of the way to get out, and the kids running, and the sidewalks are so uneven, she tripped, and she almost went down face first, which in that case, because I own the house and the property, I could get sued. You know what I mean? So if there's anything that can be done to resolve this issue, I would greatly appreciate it.
Ms. Gibson, it's unfortunate that you're back here again. However, I'm going to actually defer you to Mr. Crandall Jones to get this resolved, and hopefully it'll get resolved and we won't have to see you before us again.
Yeah, because the person that had contacted me, I guess it was like 2 days or so after I sent you an email, so I guess you spoke to someone right away. I really appreciate that. His name was Jay Beal, B-I-E-L, and he had me send him the pictures through email and everything, but then, and that was in August of last year, and I never heard anything else back from him. So do you want these pictures or emails or anything like this?
Thank you, Ms. Gibson.
That's all.
Madam Secretary, do we have any communication this evening?
No, we don't.
Thank you. We will now proceed to the appointments pertaining to Resolution 19-123, which are the appointments to the Citizen Board and the Human Relations Commission. And we will have that done by Mr. Jones once he's completed.
Okay. I need to make a statement real quick. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. Council, you have before you Resolution 19-123, which is an appointment to boards and committees. We're asking Council to consider the appointment of Leonard Tompkins to the Human Relations Commission and Obed Almeida to the Recreation Committee. As Council knows, from time to time, Council will replenish these boards as people transition off. Thank you.
Council, any questions? Seeing none, would a member of council like to make a motion to consider Resolution 19-123, which would appoint Leonard Tompkins to the Human Relations Commission and Obed Almeida to the Recreation Committee? Madam Secretary, may I please have roll call?
Olivia Brady, Valerie Scott Cooper, Hakeem Jones, Derek Perry, Rebecca Smith, Heather Lewis, Sonia Sanders.
Aye, the ayes have it, and that resolution is approved and passed. Next order of business we have is from the Municipal Administrator pertaining to the special litigation of council services of Matthew Quigg.
Thank you, Madam President. Council, we're asking Council for approval for the appointment of Matthew Quigg, Esquire, of Reuben Glickman and Steinberg as special litigation counsel per his letter submitted to our solicitor and per the briefing Council had in executive session.
Council, any additional questions or comments? Seeing none, would a member of council like to make a motion to approve the appointment of Matt Quigg, Esquire of Reuben Glickman and Steinberg as special litigation counsel per his engagement letter dated May 7th of 2019? Madam Secretary, may I please have roll call?
Olivia Brady, Valerie Scott Cooper, Hakeem Jones, Derek Perry, Rebecca Smith, Heather Lewis, Sonia Sanders.
Aye, the ayes have it, and the special litigation is approved and passed. Next order of business we have is public safety, which will be led by Chief Talbot.
Thank you, Madam President. Resolution 19-121 is a request for council to consider approving handicap parking spaces for the following addresses: 1011 Cherry Street, 147 West Penn Street, 510 Chain Street, and 542 Hamilton Street. The residents there have demonstrated that they have a physical need for these accommodations. I'm also asking council to consider removing existing handicap parking spaces for 744 Cone Street and 38 West Basin Street. Those spaces are no longer needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Talbot. Council, any questions or comments? Seeing none, would a member of council like to make a motion to approve disabled parking spaces at 1011 Cherry Street, 147 West Penn Street, 510 Chain Street, and 542 Hamilton Street, as well as remove spaces from 744 Cone Street and 38 West Basin Street? Madam Secretary, may I please have roll call?
Olivia Brady, Valerie Scott Cooper, Hakeem Jones, Derek Perry, Rebecca Smith. Heather Lewis, Sonia Sanders.
Aye. The ayes have it. Resolution 19-121 is approved and passed.
I'm sorry. Resolution 19122 is a resolution requesting the council consider approving the civil service entry-level police officer list. The Norristown Police Department is budgeted for 69 sworn police officers. Since December of 2018, we lost an officer due to a resignation, taking us down to 68 sworn police officers. We're currently operating one officer below our authorized manpower. I'm requesting the ability to further assess the top 3 candidates on the list. They are Ashley Gaeta, Alex Cucchiera, and Austin Herring, to determine the next best suited candidate to have an offer of conditional employment. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Talbot. Council, do you have any questions or comments? Seeing none, would a member of council like to make a motion to approve Resolution 19-122, which would approve the list of candidates for an entry-level police officer position in Norristown Police Department? Madam Secretary, may I please have roll call?
Olivia Brady, Valerie Scott Cooper, Hakeem Jones, Derek Perry, Rebecca Smith. Heather Lewis, Sonia Sanders.
Aye. The ayes have it. Resolution 19-122 is approved and passed. Next order of business we have is for the Buildings and Codes Enforcement.
Thank you, Madam President. Request for council to consider approving the certificate of appropriateness for approval by the HARB, Historical Architectural Review Board Committee, for 924 West Main Street. 924 West Main Street is requesting to restore front porch, new floorboards, restore and replace wood as needed, install new front window and lattice board for basement windows. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Council, any questions, comments? Seeing none, would a member of council like to make a motion approving the hard certificates for the HARB for 924 West Main Street? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the ayes have it. That motion is approved and passed. Would a member of council like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting? Second. All in favor? Aye. The ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned.
So what I saw on Facebook was, like an advertisement.